city's burning down or something.
Massive flames tear through the Cosmopolitan on the canal, attracting crowds of stunned onlookers.
You ever seen anything like this before?
No, I haven't. It's pretty amazing right now.
Nearly 130 firefighters spend hours in the freezing cold battling a blaze many people consider one of the most destructive in the city's history.
There was a large amount of fire, so it appears that these buildings will all three be a total loss.
Complete team coverage of what happened in downtown Indianapolis this morning starts now.
What you have just seen is a worst-case scenario for any structure. This 4-story residential apartment building and attached precast concrete parking garage suffered a massive fire, destroying the majority of the residential units. What is not news is that the precast concrete parking garage suffered very minimal damage. The materials in this building met the fire code, yet when a fire occurred, all of them were damaged beyond repair except for one, concrete. Concrete has inherent material properties that make it ideal for designing and providing built-in fire protection. Concrete is a non-combustible material. It will never burn. Other building materials, however, such as steel and wood, will either burn readily or suffer under catastrophic failure during a fire. The parking garage acquired on this project abuts up against the residential apartment building, and we knew because of that it would require a fire separation wall. In prior experience with this type of structure, we know that we can use an 8-inch solid precast wall that is load-bearing for the double T's on the parking side. We knew that the savings for this for the owner would be cost, time, and the material used. As you can see from the newscast, most of the wood has been destroyed. The steel framing will have to be replaced, even though it was saved partially by the firefighters. The precast parking structure, which you can see in the left background, is structurally intact. The area that shows the man door openings was adjacent to where the fire started. And as you can see, there's very minimal damage even after 12 hours of fire.
We had a fire here on about 4:30 a.m. and the 2/3 of our wood structure was burned down to the ground. The parking garage structure, the concrete, had some damage, but minimal in the big scheme of things. The parking garage structure was repaired in about 2 to 3 weeks. It's met all the design requirements from the original design and now, and with the ability to repair something of that magnitude, it was with the insurance and everything involved, it made a big difference.
The damage to the building consisted of a pretty extensive spalling of the concrete on the exterior of the panels at the area closest to where the fire originated. But on the interior, all we mainly had was some soot and some minor spalling.
The process surprisingly went seamless. It took about 2.5 weeks from start to finish, and the overall quality and finish met all the requirements of ownership.
The reason this became a massive fire was because 70% of the wood frame structure was in place, but the scheduled completion of the fire suppression system was not set for another few weeks. There are 4 basic goals in all building codes regarding fire safety. Provide stability for load-bearing members, limit the spread of the fire, provide access for safe escape routes, and provide safe areas for firefighters to work. During the fire, the precast parking structure served as a shield to provide a safe area for the firefighters to work from, and it protected the adjacent properties from any damage. After the fire, the precast structure was deemed structurally sound and was open to normal operations soon afterward. And then in the future, the residents of these apartment units will find a safe and proven haven for evacuation routes to the parking garage. So the benefits of precast concrete construction is that structurally it inherently meets these design criteria, whereas steel and wood frame construction require fire suppression systems to be in place and operating.
At the end of the day, if that parking garage had to be tore down, we probably wouldn't be rebuilding this complex because of the overall cost. So if concrete at the end of the day saved us in the big scheme of things.